This video is an overview for the Calypso Prime firing card being controlled from a Timekeeper Max. These relay panels come standard in 8 to 48 relay configurations, are UL listed, and the relays have manual override control. Now to review the termination points for the Calypso Prime relay firing card. At the bottom of the board is a yellow-yellow, green-black-red spring-loaded connector. The yellow-yellow connections are for the 24-volt DC input, and these connections are not polarity sensitive. The green-black-red is for the RS-485 panel-to-panel connections. The RJ45 found at the bottom of the board and the top of the board are for power and communication pass-throughs. If using multiple firing cards in the system, a patch cable can be brought out of the bottom of the board and connected into either of the RJ45s and the other board. Power has now been supplied to the yellow-yellow, green-black-red on the Dinkle terminations, as well as the RJ45 at the top of the board. The last port on the Calypso Prime is the relay port. There are 4 of these, and these will connect into the WCR relays. The WCR relays are DIN rail mounted and have a simple spring-loaded DIN clip that make it easy for snapping on and off the DIN rail. To connect the relays to the firing card, you'll just use a standard Cat5 patch cable. Once all the relays are connected, there's manual override on each of the relays. And on the Calypso Prime firing card, there are relay status LEDs, which run from top to bottom. Once the Calypso Prime has been energized, there are a couple LED indicators to look out for. At the top right of the board, there's the heartbeat indicator. When this LED is flashing constantly, it means that the board is under power and is working correctly. The bottom of the board is the RS-485 traffic or communication LED. When the board is being supplied RS-485 communication from the timekeeper or any other controller, this LED will be constant on. Now to review the dip switches for the Calypso Prime firing card. There's the address dip switches and the options dip switches. For the address dip switches, each of the dip switches has a value. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, and 256. With any of these in the on position, the current value is being read. So if the DMX value needs to be set at number 1, just the number 1 dip switch needs to be turned on. The address needs to be set to 3, 1, and 2 need to be in the on position. If the address needs to be set to 4, dip switch number 3 is the only one that needs to be set in the on position. Systems using a timekeeper sees relay number 1 set at address number 73. On the options dip switches, number 6 and 7 will be the only two used. Panels come from the factory preset with relay 1 being at the top and 8 being at the bottom. If dip switch number 7 is in the on position, relay 1 will now be at the bottom and relay 8 now being at the top. Relay 7 just reverses the order of the relays. Relay 6 is for a stagger mode. Panels come from the factory in a stagger mode. With relay 6 in the on position, it will take the system out of a stagger mode. To get more information, check us on our website at touchplate.com.